Today we're going to be talking about the Cousin Jeremy jacket made by Aerostich. If you're not familiar with Aerostich, they make several different style of riding gear. They've got the Road Crafter, they've got a one-piece, they got the two-piece, they got Darians. They have all kinds of liners and accessories. If you haven't seen them, go to Rider Warehouse and check them out. For me, I just wanted to let you guys in on a jacket I bought from them last year. Put a lot of miles on it. It's a jacket I really enjoyed, and if I buy stuff that I don't like, I don't normally review it. I only like to do reviews on things that suit my riding style, which may or may not suit your riding style. But just so you're kind of familiar with the suits, this is a Road Crafter one-piece suit. It's probably my go-to suit for a lot of the riding that I do. It's one piece. You can see it's got this huge zipper, so it's easy to get in and out of. Same thing here. You don't have to take off your shoes. It's a convenient jacket. This one, you can tell, used to be a dark gray. It's got faded marks all over it as well. It's just a great jacket. My favorite pockets, which we'll go over here in just a minute. This one's got the pocket here on the sleeve, which I use more than any other pocket. This pocket is actually set up like this, so it's easy to get to and get things in and out of. I love that pocket. Now for me, I bought this one whenever I started doing off-road riding. Man, that's been like, oh my, like 2003 or so. I started doing what I guess everybody calls adventure bike riding, but just with an old KLR, and I had a blue KLR, so I bought this blue Darien jacket. I wish there was a place where it was still the original color. It's no longer the dark blue. Here we go. You can see how bright blue that is in there. Through the years, it's faded, and it's just from being out in the sun and wearing it so much. Who knows how many miles is on this thing. But now it's this faded light blue jacket. Now, I've been riding in these suits since probably 1999. I've totaled out a few suits. The suits are made in America. They're handy to wear. They're good to have. I will say that if you've got a big fairing and you like to ride behind a huge fairing where you don't get any air blowing on you whatsoever, then the vents don't work, obviously. And they can be a little bit warm on that. But for me, I have found there is, once it gets over the 90s, they do start to get a little bit warm. But then once you cross over and you start getting above 100 degrees outside, then it's actually better to have the jacket on. I find that I'm less hot once it really heats up. One of the very first things that we'll cover on this jacket is, to me, the most valuable pocket on the whole jacket, which is what's on this forearm. On this forearm, you've got a place where I always stick my earplugs in. Makes it handy whenever I'm getting on and off the bike and I'm going to be somewhere for a little bit. I like to pull my earplugs out. I also carry credit cards in there so that it's easy on and off. And right now, I was on somebody else's bike last time I wore this jacket, and this screw come loose on it. So I noticed it, and as it was coming loose, I just took it out and then just threw it in this pocket. It's a pocket that's easy to get to when you're riding on the motorcycle if you need to. Great place for receipts and for that kind of thing. And the next pocket I probably use the most is this pocket here. This is a huge pocket. I mean, you can put water or drinks or anything that you want in there. Even if you're just going down the road and you get tired and you need a little boost, you can always pull out your Monster. And then if that doesn't work, you can always pull out your Monster Max. So not only that, but it also has this when you buy it from Aerostich, just in case you're the type that maybe drives a little bit too fast. It comes with its own get out of jail free card for those of you who find yourself so focused on enjoying the ride that you forget to focus on your speedometer. But this jacket also, this is an old Road Crafter. Both of those are older suits. They've now got this new pocket in here to help separate items that are in there. You can see that. It's just a black lining in there, but it's absolutely perfect for your cell phone. Goes right in there and just lands in there easily, and you still got a big pocket here for things. Also, a mark that riders designed these jackets is this glove pocket. You've got a small pocket here. You can put little things in here at the top, but the biggest advantage here is that this is a sleeve that goes all the way through. Goes through both ends. You can slide your gloves in there. I know that I've stopped at gas stations where the wind's blowing ferocious and there's no place to stick your gloves that they don't want to blow off of your bike, and you can just slide them in here and they go wherever you go. Maybe you've had gloves taken off of your bikes. I've heard of the people that's come out and their gloves are gone, and that's a great place to put that. It's pretty easy to do. You just run your hand through there and grab your gloves and then pull them right through the pocket. Then you can carry them around with you as you like. It's got these big bellow pockets again. These pockets are huge. Again, this is a full-size monster that'll lay down in there flat like that. They're bellows, so they opened up. You can put extra things in. When I'm traveling on naked bikes and I don't do a lot of luggage, I do stuff like glove liners to go in there, my balaclava that'll go in there if I'm riding and it's cold, to put on under my helmet. They go in there. It's also got the hand warmer pockets there so you can slide in from behind and carry those. The jacket itself, who knows how many thousands of miles I have on this jacket, but it's proved to be waterproof. I've not been in one of those all day long downpours, but I've not found anything in those downpours that keep me dry anyway. Even the plastic rain suits don't do that. Honestly, when Aerostich came out with this jacket, I looked at it and I read the description on it, and I'm like, who in their right mind would want an old wax cotton jacket based on the Roadcrafter when you can have something like this that has high-tech material, it's Gore-Tex, it's protective, it's got double panels in it to give you extra abrasion resistance, it's got huge pads in it. Why would you want anything different than that? But whenever I was at Aerostich Manufacturing on the way to Sturgis, I seen this on the mannequin and I thought, man, that's a good looking jacket. So I tried it on and it fits and feels so much nicer than the Cordura does. It's almost like a tailor-made leather jacket. Now you can tell by this one, it's pretty filthy right now. It's got quite a few miles on it. I've used it a lot. I've been in rain with it. It's been waterproof. I've been in the sun with it. It's not been too hot. It's got these huge vents under the arm that allows a lot of air to come in as well. And if you're the type of person that's not scared of bees and wasps, you can open up the bellows there on the arms and let air come in under your arms, and it's almost like air conditioning when you do that on a hot day when you've got a little bit of a sweat going. But if you don't like that, it's really easy to close them up. You just take these and you do the Velcro where you want them, and then whenever you open up your sleeves, you just use the zippers to open it up, and you can leave this set the way you want it for normal riding so that your gloves fit on it well as well. So nice product. Actually, I got these gloves from Aerostich as well. They're made out of elk skin. They work really well. So let's look on the inside of this a little bit. These don't hold their shape as well as the Cordura versions, but for me, the way I've got this one outfitted, I also have the Roadcrafter back pad in there, which helps it have plenty of shape. Now, this back pad I've had for several years, and it's been in and out of a lot of different jackets. But you also notice here that you've got interior pockets. They're quite a large one for carrying anything that you want to keep safe. And then you can see here on this tag on the inside, which is something they do. It's got your style, model number, the date, the people who did each process as it went down the line, workers there at the Aerostich factory. I'm glad really that they brought something like this out in the wax cotton version, just because of the feeling that it gives whenever you wear it. I know it's a trade-off in protection because it's not going to be near as abrasive resistant as the Cordura suits are, but motorcycling in itself, I guess, is inherently dangerous, and dangerous, and each individual has to manage how they do their risk while on the motorcycle. And for me, the wax cotton is just a really nice, comfortable, natural feeling material. Depending on how much ice cream you've ate on your ride, you've got these little pieces here in the back. You can see that elastic, and then you see that you've got this, and you can loosen these up for the extra ice cream and stuff that you ate on your ride. And then if you get up the next morning and you're feeling all thin, you can pull them back down. So you kind of have that to help tailor the way you want your suit to fit. For me, I have found this wax cotton to be extremely comfortable cotton. I will say this, the drawback to the wax cotton is you can't just throw it in the washing machine and wash it, because all the wax will come out and you will probably ruin your washing machine because the wax will stick in on the washing machine. So like if you look here, you can see I got a little grease or something. That's a stain right there. And the jacket overall is a lot darker now than it was when I bought it. You know, even in here it has got darker than what it was when I first bought the jacket. So it takes on, some people don't like that. They like to say with suits that continue to look new, maybe a little fade's fine with them. For me, I find it has a nice patina to it whenever it gets some age on it, so it doesn't bother me that well. This will be a decision that you have to make. Suits like these, you take the pads out, you throw them in the washing machine, and you can use the waterproof soap if you like to help keep the DWR fresh, or you can just use regular powder and then run them through the rinse cycle a couple of extra times and then spray on the DWR as well if you like. Aerostich does sell a re-wax kit, so whenever this thing gets enough miles on it that you find that it's getting some leaks, then you can go back in and do some touch-up on that as well. So a great jacket that I enjoy wearing, that I love. It's one that I'll be taking with me this year on the Big Dog Rally. I don't know if anyone knows that about those events, but the Big Dog Rally they've been doing, if I'm not mistaken, this will be the 30th anniversary. It is said to be the last of the run of the big dogs. I'm going to be taking the R75 with me out to that event. I will most likely have on my wax cotton jacket, and my deal really is to ride more of a vintage ride there and try to ride like it's 1980 all over again. I think it'll be a good event. It'll be fun. It'll be neat to see what this old girl will do up on the rocky mountain trails that we're gonna find ourselves on. I got some upgrades to do on this, but that's in another video for another time. As always, I appreciate you watching this video. If you got any comments, make them below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, there's always that thumbs down. Till next time.